Building and managing a strong workplace team is one of the most important and often underestimated responsibilities for managers. Turnover, burnout, and communication breakdowns don't just affect morale, they impact productivity, customer experience, and business performance. Today, we're going to focus on practical leadership tools you can apply immediately. If questions arise after today's session, reach out. Having a trusted HR resource makes a difference when navigating team structure, performance concerns, and difficult management decisions. This training is informational only and does not constitute legal advice. By the end of this session, you will be able to identify key roles and traits needed for an effective team, apply practical hiring and onboarding strategies, improve communication and accountability. This is not theory, this is application. Before we talk about solutions, we need to talk about reality. High turnover, competing priorities, generational differences, burnout. This is not just anecdotal, this is measurable. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, millions of employees voluntarily leave their job each month. In many industries, annual turnover rates range from 20% to over 60%, especially in customer-facing and operational roles. Gallup research consistently shows that at least half of employees are either not engaged or actively disengaged at work. And burnout. The American Psychological Association reports that a majority of workers say they experience work-related stress, with many citing workload, staffing shortages, and unclear expectations as primary causes. When one employee leaves, the workload doesn't disappear, it shifts. Remaining employees absorb additional tasks, deadline tightening, mistakes increase, and stress rises. Now that we've talked about the challenges teams are facing today, let's shift to what leaders can actually control, building the right team from the start. We're going to break down these into three parts. Defining roles clearly, hiring for fit, and onboarding for retention. First, defining roles clearly. Every organization, regardless of size or industry, needs three core areas covered: operations, administration, and leadership. Operations gets the work done. Administration keeps the business running. Leadership sets direction and makes decisions. Problems start when those lines get blurry. One of the biggest mistakes leaders make is that everyone does everything model. This sounds flexible, but in reality, it creates confusion, missed handoffs, and burnout. When employees aren't sure what they own, they either overstep or they stop stepping altogether. Strong teams are built when staffing levels match workload and business complexity. That means being honest about how much work actually exists and assign clear ownership, even in the small teams. Clarity reduces chaos. Hiring for fit, not just experience. Look for accountability, communication skills, and adaptability. Use behavioral interview questions. Watch for red flags. Behavioral questions should always focus on specific past examples, not hypothetical answers. And I know you've heard this one in the past, but it's worth saying again. Past behaviors Past behavior is the strongest predictor of future performance, and the tone of the answer often tells you as much as the content. Team structure directly impacts customer experience, quality, consistency. When roles are unclear, mistakes increase. When expectations are vague, managers become reactive. Clarity reduces chaos. Onboarding is not showing new employees. Onboarding is not shadowing. New employees need clarity, expectations, communication standards, and performance measurements. Poor onboarding increases turnover. Strong onboarding reduces reactive management. The most effective management tool are regular check-ins. Ask, what's going well? Or what's getting in the way? Or what support do you need? Clear direction reduces micromanagement, addresses small issues early, and small problems rarely stay small. Accountability begins with clarity. Define what's expected of them, how that is measured, and why it matters to the company. Documentation is not punishment, it's protection. Standards must be applied consistently. Inconsistency destroys morale. Consistency builds trust. Supervisors are often promoted from within. Clarity matters more than comfort. Apply standards the same way for everyone. Employees watch what you model. So model professionalism, respect, and accountability. Consistency builds credibility. A supervisor, so for example, a supervisor ignores lateness. They always want to try and keep things friendly. Later, they address another employee more firmly. Now there's resentment. The issue wasn't accountability, it was inconsistency. The right process would be to address the issues early in a private conversation with clear expectations, documentation, and follow-up. When applied, then apply the same process to everyone. That is how trust is built. Hire intentionally, train consistently, communicate clearly, and address issues early. None of this requires more time. It requires consistency. Here's a challenge for you. Choose one action this week. Clarify expectations for one role. Improve onboarding. Schedule consistent check-ins or address one lingering performance issue. Effective team management happens one conversation at a time. As we wrap up, building and managing a strong workplace team is not just about filling positions. It's about defining roles clearly, hiring intentionally, onboarding with structure, and applying accountability consistently. Strong leadership systems reduce burnout, improve performance, and prevent small issues from becoming larger problems. A well-developed employee handbook provides clarity, sets expectations, and supports consistent decision making. If your handbook is not reviewed recently, consider updating it to align with current state law, and industry standards. Employer eSource offers customized employee handbook solutions and industry-specific leadership training programs designed to address real-world working challenges. If questions arise after today's sessions, reach out. Having a trusted HR resource makes a difference. When navigating team structure, performance concerns, and difficult management decisions, this training is informational only and does not constitute legal advice. Thank you for your time, your engagement, and your commitment to build a stronger, more effective workplace team.